first of all. And these are the donor registration forms right here. And what comes with this is just a very, very small questionnaire, 5 questions. Perhaps the most important one is who you are and what your care card number is. And you have a stamped envelope, you send it off, and that puts you into a registry automatically. And once you become 19 years old, the doctors would not have to talk with your family members. You would automatically become an organ donor. And like I said, it's a very heroic thing to do, to become an organ donor, because you're not just going to help one person, but you're going to save the life of up to 6 people. So if we all become organ donors, then we can all help somebody live on at some point. I know it's kind of a yucky subject, I know. I don't really like talking about it, but we feel the necessity to talk about it because we wouldn't be here today if it hadn't have been for somebody's family's decision to donate their family members' organs.
Can you tell us what organs are able to be transplanted and which ones, what are all the ones that are used? Can you explain to them what one is?
Sure.
Somebody was untimely killed in a car accident or something like that?
Yes. Between 6 and 10 people actually can have their lives saved. And we've got 2 kidneys, we've got 2 lungs, we've got 1 liver, we can, what else? Heart, can't forget the heart, and not brain. Somebody asked that question this morning, and I know some of this could use a brain transplant. I know I could sometimes. Eyes, yes. That wouldn't be life-saving though, but true. You can save 6 lives, and you can enhance the life of up to 40 people. 40 people. Enhance life, such as eyes, tissue, cartilage, bone. And George, we were talking earlier, and they have successfully transplanted a hand from one person to another. Saw that on Ripley's? Good one. Any more questions? Yes.
What's that guy going to accomplish by walking across the country?
George, you want to answer that question?
What's that? Sorry?
What do you want to accomplish by walking across the country?
Well, we want to save lives, ultimately. There's a lot of people that are going to pass away right now because the organs aren't available. So as we're going along, getting the message out to people, we're going to affect a lot of people, and more organs will be available. So, lives are going to be saved.
Talking to students like you and making the public more aware as they go. She wants to know why you don't just drive them.
Why don't I just drive?
That's
That
my
would have
fault.
been the easy way and probably the sane way. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
Well, yeah, George is getting his exercise, that's for one thing. But it also draws attention to the issue, whereas driving wouldn't. I mean, anybody can drive, but not anybody can walk across our country. And he's not just walking across the country like Steve Monyo did or Terry Fox attempted to do, but he's going up and down and east and west and north and south in every single province. So he plans on hitting 500 communities before he's finished. And put on how many kilometers? 12,000?
Anyways, I walk and he sings.
Do you ever
I
have
drive.
to swim through any water?
Sorry?
Do you ever have to swim through any water?
Not unless somebody pushed me in there.
He gets chased by dogs though.
Yeah, there's a lot of wild dogs on those highways.
Yeah, and I saw a flamingo go after him one day. Okay, so any more questions?
And when was it that you received your transplant?
That was almost 6 years ago. Yeah.
And now you can walk across Canada?
Yeah, maybe it leaves people with a different perception when it comes to organ, see me. So.
I think one of the things that we're trying to do too is dispel the image of a post-transplant organ recipient as somebody who lives a marginal existence. We don't. I mean, not everybody can do what George is doing, or for that matter, even just being on the road all the time is very difficult.
Yeah,
I think somebody had a question.
People are leading very healthy lives, like back into work, back in.
What's your question?
Started from Toronto. You know where that is? No. Well, not everybody knows it.
I don't. We don't expect you to. Nor from me.
How it works is George walks about 25 kilometers a day, and when we arrive at the outskirts of a community, we usually get a police escort from there, and we try and encourage people in the community to come out and meet with George. And we have an Olympic torch, a genuine Olympic torch, and we should have brought it in here so that we could show it to you. And what happens is we light it up and we carry it. And he usually meets with the media, the newspaper, the radio, the television, depending on the size of the community. And we go to City Hall, where we're greeted by the mayor, and we usually have a press conference there. And so then it usually hits the newspapers, the radio, and the TV. So that's one way of getting the message out. And if we merely drove into a community...
Ben, how you doing, old buddy?
I'm good.
And don't tell me. Oh God,
Candy.
Candy.
Candace.
What?
Candace. She did like being called Candy.
We got Ben and Jerry, the ice cream twins,
Yep,
and Candace,
that's right.
which is the candy on the top.
Yeah.